Hello, Dumaguete.
Hello, Negros Oriental.
Hello, Sillimanians around the world.
This is Joshua Soldivillo.
And this is Ronelyn Vailoces-No.
You're watching
#Silliman.
I am Michelle T. Opliger from the Institute of Clinical Laboratory Sciences.
I am Eileen Kirsten Valencia-Lap from the College of Arts and Sciences. I am Ashwarya Nicole Kiput-Buagas from the College of Business Administration. I am Catherine Gay Alar Seguben from the College of Nursing.
I am Grace Esmei Nanalabe, representing the Department of Senior High School.
I am Kate Samantha G. Abiwala from the College of Education.
I am Wilgrace T. Villanueva, representing Medical School.
I am Rowena Rose Cabanlet from the College of Engineering and Design.
Good evening, everyone. This is a magazine program that talks about different aspects of Silliman University.
A program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You are watching
#Silliman.
Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining us once again, and thank you for choosing us to be your Monday night company. And Ron, happy Founders Day!
Yes! I'm really feeling the Silliman spirit.
Paano yung Silliman spirit?
It's everywhere.
And of course, speaking of the Silliman spirit, we welcome all our alumni coming from different countries, regions, you know, and nearby municipalities and cities in the province of Negros Oriental.
Yes.
Welcome to Silliman University.
Welcome
and home. Ayan.
That's
But
it.
I think, Ron, one of the highlights of the Founders Day celebration really is the Miss Silliman.
Yes, that's true. And that being said, earlier they just introduced themselves. But let us first get to know the first half, the 4 colleges. So let me introduce them once again. Miss Nursing, hello, good evening, and welcome to #Silliman.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
We also have Miss Business Administration.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
And from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Hello, a delightful day.
And of course, we have Miss Institute of Clinical Laboratory Sciences.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Right.
Good evening, girls. And indeed, no, Silliman University is a beautiful campus.
Yeah.
Because we have beautiful candidates with us tonight.
More than beauty, they are also brilliant,
Yes,
Josh.
right.
And this year's theme for Miss Silliman, correct me if I'm wrong, it's Padayon, Revisioning Excellence. And we will bank on that theme, and I'd like to ask each one of you, how do you resonate with that theme? Let's start with College of Nursing.
Okay, hi ma'am, thank you for that. To be completely honest, padayon for me as a woman, I've actually been laughed at for choosing an advocacy unlike the others, because imagine my advocacy is actually focused on pediculosis capitis, or as we call it in our language, kuto. So it's unlike the other advocacies. Some might ask, why kuto? Of all the other advocacies, it's not that grand, if some might term it. But for me, I think padayon means continuing despite what others are saying. It is persisting despite what others are saying because you are strong in your belief about your advocacy. And to be completely honest, I've had my breakthroughs, I've had my breakdowns, and it didn't defeat me. So I think that is my strength and that is how I resonate with it. And in addition to that, in life's conundrums, they don't actually knock on your doors. They don't say, excuse me, I'm gonna disrupt your life at this moment. They don't do that. They come uninvited. So for me, it's either you rise or you fall. And for me, I rise. I padayon. So that's how I resonate with the theme. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr.
Well
Silliman.
said, no? So that advocacy is actually something that's very important
And relevant,
of
yes.
high significance. You know, that's something to do with health, with wellness, and we wish you all the best.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
How about from the College of Business Administration? How do you see yourself connecting to this year's theme?
Well, as much as Miss Nursing has told you about padayon, I would like to focus more on revisioning excellence because for me, revisioning excellence is redefining, rethinking what excellence means. It's like creating a new sound to it. Revisioning excellence for me is going beyond our limits, going limitless, and exploring our capabilities and what we can do in life. It's not just limiting to one step over the other. And with this, in line with that, I would like to come back to my advocacy, financial literacy, because it is something that's very, very, very important and it's very relevant to today's generation. But it's something that's not really focused on. And I would want the kids especially to know more about financial literacy as a whole. And I would want that as my first thing to revision excellence.
Wow, thank you for that reminder, no? Being unstoppable.
Yes.
No, thank you for that, Miss College of Business Administration. Now, from the College of Arts and Sciences, what does it mean to you? Like padayon, revisioning excellence, how does it resonate to you as a person and as a candidate of Miss Silliman?
For me, padayon, in my context, I think that, you know, with the women of yesterday, they have really exemplified excellence in breaking silence, in breaking the rules, so that they could be able to, you know, have their initiatives at the floor. And so I believe that because of them, I am able to be here together with my co-candidates and raise our voices, our truth. And so I believe that we are not just candidates here. Some of us are leaders, visionaries, intellects even. But me, I am a revolutionary. I would recognize myself as such, especially with my advocacy. Pagmata reclaiming identity through breaking labels. It addresses and it aims to break the glass ceiling that has been made because of name calling. Usually this is very normalized. And I'd like to really put this and inculcate this awareness among our youth so that together we can be able to collectively establish a community that is tolerable and sensitive so that we can really create a progressive community. So I believe that the women of yesterday, it meant for them to break the stigma. For me, it's a call to thrive. Padayon for me is really having my own platform and continuing their fight. They have fought for the normalization of us raising our voices. So for me, padayon really is not having a definite definition of excellence, but rather it is questioning the norms. Excellence is usually about conformity, having to be one standard, one image. So for me, it's going unconventional. Excellence, let us start questioning it.
Wow. It's like breaking that glass ceiling.
Yes, being subversive also to the norms.
Right.
Yes.
Wonderfully put, Miss College of Arts and Sciences. Let's move now to the Institute of Clinical Laboratory Sciences.
I actually went to church last Sunday, and this is one of the things that were emphasized during the lecture. It was, what is revisioning excellence for Silliman University? And it was mentioned that Silliman University isn't only about the spotlight of recognition, but as well as to live in Christ's values and with care for our community. That is why my advocacy is about the people of our community, with the hope that I could save a life, that I could change a life. And that is an embodiment of a Silliman woman. And all of us, all the candidates here are revisioning excellence, where we want to be someone in the life of others and to be the change that the world is waiting for.
Wow. Thank you, Miss ICLS. No, it's so altruistic of you, no, reminding us about compassion and empathy towards others. Now, let's talk about the why. Why did you join Miss Silliman? This is the 79th year, Josh.
Yes,
right?
this is our 79th, a year of staging Miss Silliman.
Yes.
So, I think that's a wonderful question. Why? Because most often than not, this reveals, the core values that we hold so dear. At the same time, this would also see alignment to the advocacy you are pushing forward. So let's start with Miss ICLS.
I am actually very afraid to face a crowd when I was young. So growing up, I was a bit introverted. However, this led me to declining a lot of opportunities in my life. That is why when I transferred here to Silliman University, one thing that I promised to myself is that I am going to grab any opportunity that is given to me. So when I was asked to represent and to be the representative of the level 1 during the time I was the first year, I grabbed it and I said, yes, I will join the Miss ICLS. But during that time, it really didn't sink in that I was going to represent Miss Silliman if I win. I was just there because I want to be heard. It's because I believe that it's a chance for me to grow. That is why when I won, that's where it was where, okay, I'm going to represent my college in Miss Silliman. And this is where I realized that this is where I could showcase who I am and where I could raise my voice. And especially with the knowledge of certain diseases as a medical technology student, that's when I knew that I could actually influence people and I could share what I learned to the marginalized community of, especially here in Dumaguete City, where I could be influential. And with this, I could, going back to revisioning excellence, where we could build change in the community, show what excellence is as an entire community. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's like maximizing the platform given to you.
Yeah,
right?
and that also takes courage, no?
True.
Challenging yourself to be better. Now let's move on to Miss Arts and Sciences. Yes, why join Miss Silliman?
Actually, with my advocacy, this is very personal to me because I have also experienced name calling, and it has really set parameters into my capabilities at one point in my life. But then when I grew up, I realized that it was not only me who is experiencing this, but it was only in my high school years that I realized that this could actually be a campaign in an advocacy, which I am very for self-empowerment. And it was only during I grew up here in Dumaguete, and I've seen the glory of Miss Silliman, and I have seen how a sentiment of one lady can be amplified. So I really wanted to really reach more people with my advocacy. I want to use Miss Silliman, hopefully, that I could be able to make ripples of impact. I believe that I am humble enough to know that I have limitations as a person. I am just the one candidate. But I believe hopefully with the support and with Miss Silliman, I can reach more people and it could amplify more my cause that is very close to my heart.
Wow. And that's still a struggle, no? That we continue to fight for, and we root for the same cause and for the same advocacy. Let's move on now to the why of the representative of the Mighty Yellow team, the College of Business Administration.
Well, I used to join beauty pageants years back, but then I stopped. It was like for 3 years I stopped. I had a 3-year hiatus, and I was wondering to myself, was I going to join back again into pageantry, or was there any pageants that's worth it for another run for pageantry? Then here comes Miss Silliman. Miss Silliman was emailed to me a few years back, and I had to decline all over again for a lot of times. And my mother kept telling me, just go for it, or just try. Why don't you try again, like that? And it was honestly my mother's dream. And then came this time, I had to reread that one email that's emailed to me by CBA to represent the college. And I initially smiled. First, I thought to myself, should I join this time? And I was thinking about the advocacy I was going to run for, and it was, to everyone's trivias, it was supposed to be for cancer patients because my grandfather died of cancer.
So sorry to hear that.
It's okay, it's been so long now. So it was supposed to be my initial advocacy, but then I had to think to myself, and I had to relate it to my strand and my course right now. And I had the thought of everybody goes through a medical complication, everybody goes through some problems, not just medics, right? And I thought to myself, one common denominator would be the money. And we all need money. Who doesn't have a problem with money?
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, medical complications are there. It could not be cancer, it could be heart diseases, it could be the advocacy of Miss IC Ellis, it could be anything, but the common denominator would be the money. And then I had to think to myself, how would I teach people about the value of money? And then I had the thought of teaching it to kids first, because the kids has the psychological effect that they adapt and they learn and they apply it in their future. And then here's Miss Silliman. Miss Silliman will help you amplify that, because Miss Silliman is about purpose. It's an advocacy-driven pageant, and that's one thing I love about Silliman. And then that's exactly what my reason would be, joining Miss Silliman for my advocacy and for that purpose.
Wow.
Yeah, passion with purpose from the College of Business Administration. Thank you for that. Now, how about Miss Nursing? Why join Miss Silliman?
Okay, so Miss Silliman is one of the most prestigious pageant in Asia. And to be completely honest, I didn't plan on joining Miss Silliman because although it is my sister's dreams, like both of them, I have two siblings, although it is their dream, it is not my dream because it is a big responsibility to carry.
Is it your dream now?
Actually, throughout the whole process, I am quite enjoying it. It is good pressure to me,
Good
personally,
pressure.
despite having a very demanding course, which is nursing.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. So going back, actually, my mother didn't want me to join any pageants, and this is actually my first pageant ever because my mother tends to have anxiety attacks, panic attacks. She doesn't even want to see my sisters compete in anything.
Yeah.
So she didn't actually see me compete in Miss Nursing. So I was actually sad that time, but I know deep down that she is praying.
She has her reasons.
Yes, she has her reasons. And for me personally, I went back and I am very close to the children. And I want to think of something that is quite persistent or quite prevalent up to this day that hasn't been quite addressed actually. Personally, I have had pediculosis or kuto since I was like probably grade 6 or grade 4. And from my research, I found out that it is still a problem up to this day, and it is actually the leading cause, leading health problem that the learners are facing up to this day, following cough and colds.
Wow.
So I was shocked to hear that, and it resonates with me because it is a personal experience, and how come it hasn't been addressed up to this day properly. And so what I learned about public health nursing is that when you address something or when you want to treat something, it is not just about a disease or a condition that kills. It is also about addressing something that kills the self-esteem of a learner or of a child. And for me, Miss Silliman can help me advocate for these children, or can help me empower them to not be shy, because to be completely honest, kuto or pediculosis, it shouldn't be normalized.
Yeah.
But people shouldn't be bullied for having one.
Correct.
So,
It's a parasite, right?
yes, it is a small parasite.
And yeah, I also have that when I was young. And the
I
first
can't remember anymore.
Wow, good for you. And the first step in solving a problem is to really identify that there is one. So thank you for
Yes.
bringing that to the table.
All right, now we're just going to have a quick fishbowl question and answer. So you're just going to pick a question, and of course, for fairness purposes, we're going to time you guys. So you only have 40 seconds to answer the question. So Ron, why don't you begin the fishbowl, and ano ba? I think
Pass
we should
it.
pass it. So let's start with how How do we
Let's start with arts and sciences.
Yes, art and sciences.
To be fair.
Yes. Okay, and then
I'll read it. Hand it over to us, and Joshua and I will read the question.
yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to
Ikaw
read
na
it? Okay.
mag-time mo na ka dito.
And the million-dollar question is, what is one global issue that you think youth should care more about, and how can we get them involved?
I think that the very prevalent issue that oftentimes is called cliche would be climate change. I believe that together it must start with the kids also, because our routines, we have the autonomy as the species being bestowed by the intellect to decipher which is wrong or right. I believe that we have the fullest autonomy as to educate ourselves and recalibrate our routine so that we establish a lifestyle wherein it's not deteriorating to our Mother Earth. So I believe that the kids, if ever we're going to start with them, it's going to be more impactful.
All right. Thank you very much.
Eksakto, 40
Yeah,
seconds.
40
Pasok na
seconds
pasok.
talaga. I think nag-practice sila dito. Thank you very much, College of
Ang
Arts
galing
and
naman.
Sciences.
Let's go now
Next.
to Miss CBA.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Ron, please do the honors.
So, timer ka lang.
Timer ako
ngayon.
dito ngayon.
Okay, your question is, if you had a chance to have dinner with any historical or modern figure, who would it be and what would you ask them?
If I was given the chance to have dinner with someone, I would choose this modern figure, former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, because it would be a lovely meeting to have this conversation as to why he had done certain decisions and the reason behind certain judiciary reasons that I am very much curious about. And being in that chair would give me a lot of information and a lot of answers that Filipinos would really want to have right now, because that's really, really important, because he is a very important figure who has done lots of historical stuff, and being in that seat with him would just give me the time to share too.
But that's a very interesting choice,
Yes,
no? Of personality.
so political.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go now to our Miss Nursing. Okay. Isa lang question. Dalawa yung kinuha ng Miss
Gusto
Nursing.
niya
Okay,
mag-answer.
ako na magbasa ngayon.
Okay,
Ikaw
sige.
mag-time.
Okay.
Okay. Miss Nursing, this is your question. What is the square root?
Sorry.
This is your question. How would you use your platform as Miss Silliman to create meaningful impact in the community?
Usually with people, in order for for us to realize for us, if you want to make an impact in the lives of other people, we want to create something big or something grandeur. But for me personally, I think it's in the simple things,
Yeah.
like doing simple things, doing simple actions. This given your position, I think it is in that matters. It is in your actions that what resonates in how impactful you are to other people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Little steps have bigger impacts. Thank you very much, Miss Nursing. And
On
of
that note,
course,
daghan kayong salamat, Miss Nursing, no, for sharing us your answer in 40 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, let's go now to Miss ICLS. All right, the last candidate for the first half to answer our fishbowl questions, no? All right. Okay, thank you so much. A lot of passing na nagaganap sa show na ito. Okay. And here is your question. Ooh, I like this question. How do you define beauty in today's world?
So beauty can be subjective to a lot of people. However, I want to relate this to Miss Silliman. Miss Silliman is an advocacy-driven pageant. This is not about the wit or how pretty you are. It is about what you have in your heart and what you can give to the community. Especially, I want to be influential and to bring the name of Silliman University because I want to show them the values I have raised by Christian parents and the values I learned as a holistic person in Silliman University.
Wow, thank you very much, Miss ICLS. Beauty is...
Ikaw, Ron, what is your beauty?
You are beauty.
Sige, libre kitang kape mamaya.
Like that.
There you go. Thank you so much and congratulations in advance, Miss Nursing, Miss CBA, Miss Cass, Miss ICLS, and we wish you all the best, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, friends, stay with us because up next we'll be featuring the other half of, or the other 4 of the 8 candidates, and of course we'll be asking them the same questions. Why did they join the Miss Silliman competition this year? How do they resonate with the theme on Padayon, Revisioning Excellence? And of course, they would still have the 40-second fishbowl question. All of that and more when #Silliman returns. Please stay with us.
Let's go! Bago na ang panahon, ibang-iba mula noon. Mula noon. Hindi na uso ang papayag lang, mananahimik lang ganon. Di na ganon. Natuto nang lumaban, di na nagpapaiwan, no. Marunong ang mga tuwiran, di maiisahan, oh no. At hindi bastang masasaktaan na kami ang tipo na di mahila, kaya kayo ay maghanda. Heto na ang mga palaban, di basta mapapaandaran. Marunong tumayo sa sariling paa, may talino at galing na hindi mo kaya. Mapapapalaban, papapadaan. Tatatandaan, kami yung tipo na hindi basta mapapaandaran. Mapapapalaban, papapadaan. Tatatandaan, kami yung tipo na hindi basta mapapaandaran. Hindi na uupo at maghihintay lang. Kami ang tipo na di mahina, kaya kayo ay maghanda. Ito na ang mga palaban, di basta mapapaandaran. Marunong tumayo sa sariling paa, may talino at galing na hindi mo kaya. Papapalaban, papapadaan. Tatatandaan, kami yung tipo na hindi basta mapapaandaran. Ito na ang mga palaban, di basta mapapaandaran. Marunong tumayo sa sariling paa, may talino at galing na hindi mo kaya. Papapalaban, papapadaan. Kung tatatandaan, kami yung tipo na hindi basta mapapaandaran. Papapalaban, papapadaan. Kung tatatandaan, kami yung tipo na hindi basta mapapaandaran.
Welcome back, and you are still watching #Silliman, and we're still joined now with the other half of the 8 candidates joining the 79th staging of Miss Silliman this year. And we have here Miss Senior High School, Miss College of Education, the Miss Medical School, and Miss Engineering and Design. Welcome to #Silliman.
Thank you. Yes, Josh. And of course, we will ask them the same questions we asked the candidates earlier. Now, the first question was about the theme for this year, Padayon, Revisioning Excellence. How does it resonate to you as a person and as a candidate? Let's start with the youngest. I suppose, Miss Senior High School. Yeah, take it away.
Personally, this theme resonates with me so much, especially that my advocacy is also about redefining beauty. But the theme is just redefining excellence, but I believe it's just quite similar. It resonates with me because redefining excellence means that we're not following the unrealistic standards that we are all put into by the society. I believe that excellence means what's within you. Excellence is about authenticity, embracing yourself, who you really is, and who you really are, not just on the outside, but of course, most importantly, on the inside.
Yes. Thank you very much for that, no? And you said redefining beauty, and I have read this book, na beauty is ideal because it does not exist. It's quite
Sa akin naman
controversial.
is beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Wow.
All right, thank you so much, Miss Senior High. Let's go now to Miss College of Education.
Okay, so Padayon Revisioning Excellence, actually, I want to define it in my own terms. For Padayon, I see it as something that is hopeful. You know, as someone who went through a lot of things and went through that part where I couldn't even feel the hope in me anymore or just about to give up, the term Padayon resonates with me because even though life gets hard,
Yeah.
it still goes on, padayon. So I want to grasp into that term from whenever I go into that time again and just keep going. And then for excellence, I want to see it as a journey.
Yeah.
So for example, you can't excel without the foundation of failures.
Yeah.
So I want to build that foundation until I get to the excellence. And connecting it to my advocacy revolves around individuals with autism spectrum disorder, or specifically children with autism spectrum disorder. And for these kids, I feel for these kids because they have been treated or mistreated a lot of times, and it's still happening today, to this day and age, and I want to raise my voice on that matter. I want to use it to raise awareness and show the people that there are still kids that are still being mistreated for what they are or what they are born in. So, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that very relevant advocacy, no? And for reminding us that padayon is a beautiful Bisaya word, full of hope. Padayon kay makabuot na nimo tanan puhon despite of failures. Well, wow. Thank you very much, Miss Education. Now let's move on to Miss Medical School. How does the theme resonate with you as a person and as a candidate?
Okay, so the word padayon is a very special word for me. It's something that I tell myself every single day, especially as a medical student, trying to balance two things at once, being a candidate and being a medical student with lots and lots of exams every single day. And revisioning excellence. So we're not just moving forward, but we're also basically moving upward. So it's basically moving forward, but with a purpose. It's something that we should do. It's something that we should follow. And I think that it's one of the reasons why I joined this pageant, because I wanted to stand for something that will create a ripple of change even long after the spotlight has faded. So, yes.
That's a very beautiful, and that itself exemplifies what padayon is.
Yes.
So even after the pageant, you still keep going to push for the advocacy. Padayon. All right, pag padayon ta, and here, from the fourth candidate here, we have from the Miss Engineering and Design.
So as it was stated a while ago, padayon is a Bisaya word that means to progress. So growing up in a family of engineers, I defined excellence as the titles and positions I hold, the grades in my report card, and the numbers I get during my exams. But over time, I began to realize how unsustainable that kind of mindset was. It got so draining to the point na wala na ko'y gana mo tuon. So getting into the College of Engineering, wherein it's pretty much the same field as my parents, I realized that I had to find my own calling. I had to find my own voice so that I won't get overshadowed by their success. So that's where I started to shift my mindset that the success of my family isn't my competition. It's a catalyst for my growth as well.
Yeah.
So throughout that journey, I started to shift that negative mindset into something that I can use for my benefit as well. So over time, now I see excellence not as perfection. It's not the big numbers on my paper, but it's the, let's say, it's the purpose to move forward.
True.
Yeah.
And how many times you stand up despite falling, right?
And life is not perfect. It is full of setbacks. And you can always reclaim your voice whenever you want to. That's why Padayon also includes your decision to move forward. Thank you very much, Miss Engineering and Design. Now, let's talk about the purpose because you're talking about purpose, no? Why join Miss Silliman? I'd like to ask first. Let's start with Miss Engineering and Design.
So it actually aligns with what I said a while ago. So my advocacy mainly revolves around finding my own voice and a shift in the mindset, so personality development. It took me a while to get here, and as I'm sitting here now, I still am also working on myself, trying to find that voice. But throughout my journey, throughout the Miss CED journey as well, I realized that a voice properly utilized is very powerful.
Yeah.
And I wish that it would have been something I found out earlier because of the missed opportunities I've given up because I wasn't confident in myself that I could do it. So now, given the opportunity, it's like an added purpose to join Miss Silliman to share and to help those people that are currently still also finding their voice. So I want to, given the platform, I want to build that safe space for other people as well because real change, big change happens when it starts with us.
Sure.
So, and a lot of people don't want to open up when they don't feel safe in that area, in that community. So that's why I wanted to join Miss Silliman, is to create that safe space for everyone because big and proper change always starts with us.
Yeah.
All right.
And now you have a story to tell, and you have a platform to use. No? Right. How about from our candidate from the medical school? No? What is your why for this competition?
I joined Miss Silliman not because of the crown, not because of the recognition, but I joined it because I wanted, as I've mentioned earlier, I wanted to stand for something, a purpose, a legacy that I can leave behind, and that would be my advocacy, which focuses on speech delay awareness. Actually, this advocacy is close to my heart. It's close to home. It's something that's very personal to me, and it's something that I want to spread awareness on because I know there are a lot of families who are suffering from these silent battles. There are numerous children out there who are delayed in speech, and this is not often talked about that much, especially here in school. I don't think I've heard much about it. And I only knew about it when my brother experienced it firsthand. Because usually people would say, basta laki, dugay jud na mo develop. And it has been going on for how many years until it reached to a point that we realized that it's not normal anymore and we needed professional help.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to put on the stage, the purpose. So once again, I joined Miss Silliman because I wanted to leave a legacy behind. So.
And the more we talk about this, the more people become educated.
Yes.
And the earlier the diagnosis and intervention could happen. Wow. Thank you for your sharing your story in Miss Medical School.
And of course, Josh, we should ask the same question to Miss Education. Why did you join Miss Silliman?
Okay, a little bit of a story time. Even before I joined pageantry, I was always told to join because I'm tall and I'm in Silliman. So, of course, they have that general idea that I'm smart, which I am. And because of that, that's not the real reason why I joined. The real reason is I want to spread awareness of individuals with disabilities.
Yeah.
And for this year's pageant, I want to specifically focus on autism because I have a really close cousin of mine who has autism, and he gets the hardest time in school, and I feel for him. I understand him, and some people don't know, or they do know the idea of feeling misunderstood a lot of the time, especially since he has trouble speaking about his feelings. And he's not the only one in this battle of really difficult communications and social interactions. So I want to spread this awareness and share to the world and use my voice in Miss Silliman that this could be a really big change that a lot of us should really, really think about and really put into heart, because these children are not, they're not normal.
Yeah.
So they need to be thoroughly, understood as well. Because in a classroom, yes, there's inclusivity, but they are treated like normal students. So I want to put my voice into that, because these kids are not normal and they should be educated in a different way, in a professional way.
Yeah, that posted question in my mind. What's normal anyway? No, but anyway, thank you very much for advocating for these children with special needs. We really need to spread awareness that, we should treat them and we should be inclusive, and understand where these children and the people concerned are coming from. A matter of respect and understanding will go a long way. Yes, the same question should be asked for Miss Senior High.
So as a teenager, and of course, as the youngest here, I personally went through a lot of personal struggles, conflicts that I and myself face. It's a battle against myself, and I think that's one of the most important battles actually to face first, yourself, before you gain the strength to take part and, of course, in doing something for a positive change together. But going back, I went through a lot of struggles, specifically struggling with my view in my body, in my own beauty, and in how I view myself in the appearance-wise. With that, I struggled a lot. It affected my mental health and the way I lived my life every day.
Yeah.
But the moment that I was able to reclaim my worth and redefine beauty in my own words, the moment I looked at my beauty beyond the mirror, that's how I realized that beauty is more than that. Beauty comes from within ourselves, and it is not about the unrealistic beauty standards that this society has put up for us. And with that, the moment I became empowered, I built this advocacy of mine. So this advocacy of mine was really built out of personal struggle, and I believe that at a very young age, where in this age where we go through this specific kind of struggle, with that advocacy of mine, I will be able to connect to my target audience, which is, of course, my peer senior high school students. I believe that this is what strengthens your advocacy the most. You need to make sure that you relate to your target audience, and then you make sure that you constantly remind them that you don't just hear them because of this advocacy, but also because you relate them, you feel them, you hear them, and you see them. And I believe pageantry is more than the glitz and glamour. But it's also about your brain and your capability to empower all of your fellow women out there. and most especially that Miss Silliman is one of the most prestigious campus-based pageant in Asia. I believe that it is a very big platform and opportunity for me to expand my reach and to empower these youth because as Jose Rizal stated, ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. So I think that it is really important to start with the youth. Thank you.
I felt like it is already the coronation night.
No.
Thank you very
Parang
much.
umaapaw na ng mga wisdom ngayon. No? Pero speaking of wisdom, paapawin pa natin because we have our fishbowl questions here. And sino pang paunahin natin sumagot dito?
Senior high or education?
I think education.
Education, yes.
Please leave one question and you have 40 seconds to answer. Ayan, pass it again. I think ang tawag dito ay pass
the question.
Okay. Miss Ron will ask the question and I will set the timer for 40 seconds.
Yes. So your question, Miss Eduk, is describe the difference between confidence and arrogance. How do you stay grounded?
Confidence is something that you cannot get easily. You have to build your confidence. You have to know confidence through experiences. And to be arrogant is something that you just flaunt over or something that you overly, I'm so sorry, overly exert yourself, and it's almost cliche in a way, but confidence is something that you have to do through experiences and learning. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miss Education.
Yeah, exacto 40 seconds.
Yes. Now let's move on to Miss Medical School.
It's your time to answer our fishbowl question. Brought to you by ChatGPT.
Okay, of course, we should
acknowledge.
Yeah, and use AI. Anyway, this is a short question, but I don't know. Okay, your question is, what makes the Silliman spirit unique to you?
Okay, so to be honest, I am, this is my first time being a Sillimanian because I came from a different school. But like, when I first entered the school, it was very welcoming, like the vibe, everything was so beautiful. And even the people's faces, the faculty and the staff are also very kind. And I think that this is what makes Silliman unique, and this is what makes Silliman Silliman.
That was
answer.
Oh, that was enough.
Okay. Silliman feels like home because of
everyone. Of the kind faces, diba?
Yeah.
When she said, because of the kind faces, gumanin ako.
Plasticity.
Nagpa-cute din. Ayan. Thank you so much, Miss Med School. Now let's have our candidate from the engineering and design. Ayan.
Would you like to read it, Josh?
Yes, I would like to read it.
All right.
Okay. This is your question. I like this.
Okay, you answer it.
Okay. I like this question. If you were a song, okay? If you were a song, what would your title be and why?
If I were a song, my title would be I Won't Give Up. It resonates with the theme and it resonates with my advocacy. Because standing here on stage, it means I'm showing up for myself, but not only for me, but for the community that supports me and that follows me. Because I believe that being a beauty queen, being here in the Miss Silliman stage, the community brought me up here. And if I get the chance to win the crown, it is my duty to serve back to the community as well. So that's why I won't give up.
Wow! Ang ganda naman. Okay. Sing a few lines. Wow! Pinakanta agad.
Okay, I won't give up on us Iya Day song.
Yung ka-Jason ba yan? Alright. Let's go now to our last candidate to answer the 40 question. Miss Senior High School. Ayan. Ang daming pasahang nagaganap dito. It takes a community. It takes a village to answer a question. And here is your question. Describe a time when you had to lead through example rather than words.
I believe this perfectly resonates with building my advocacy. As this advocacy comes from personal struggle, I believe that through this and through a product of my own advocacy of what I'm championing, which is women empowerment, I would be able to connect to my target audience the most. That's all.
Short but concise.
Short but sweet. Thank you so much. And of course, guys, the same level of support and wishes to you, you know. We really hope and pray for the best in your journey in becoming the next Miss Silliman. All right, there you go, friends. And once again, congratulations in advance. We know that you're going to make awesome performances during the coronation night. And of course, we recognize the team behind the 79th Miss Silliman, no? Especially to its committee chair, Josh. Shout out to Josh and all of the members of the Miss Silliman committee. Stay healthy, guys. Stay energetic. And God bless you all. And of course, our take on Padayon, Ron, is that we continue because we are hopeful. And we continue to live by the Silliman values, you know? The Via Veritas Vita. How about you, Ron?
And we can always padayon because we have Jesus with us.
Yes.
No, if we can't anymore walk in the sand, He will carry us.
Correct.
So we can still move forward.
Yes, that's all right, you know. And life could be very challenging.
That's true.
You know. But as they say, challenges are like waves in the ocean. They keep on coming, but they keep us moving.
Yes.
And on that note, daghang salamat to our televiewers on Channel 6 Phil Products. Padayon ka mong maglantaw na mo every Monday night. To our Facebook page subscribers, thank you very much. And of course, watch Miss Silliman live this August 26, no? And for tickets, go to the official Facebook page of Miss Silliman. That is Miss Silliman. And of course, check all other our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our website. That's www.su.edu.ph for you to be updated with our list of activities for the rest of the Founders Day celebration. Daghang salamat. Enjoy the celebration, guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy, and always to God be the glory. Hello there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining us tonight. Continue supporting our Facebook page. That's #Silliman. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on your favorite episodes. And we have a YouTube channel. Continue supporting us. Make sure that you click the notification bell para updated ka with our recent posts. See you there.
And of course, catch us at Phil Products Channel 6 every Monday at 8 p.m. Replays will be shown every Tuesday before the noontime news and every Saturday after the noontime news. This has been Ronelyn Faith by Vailoces-No.
And Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week only here on
#Silliman!